Hello once again. We continue this topic on the angle properties, and we're dealing with tangents and chords. In the previous session, we began looking at what angles are extended where the tangent line meets the circumference of the circle, and when we drop a perpendicular line from the center circle or to the point where a tangent meets the circle. So at that point, you will find that a perpendicular always makes 90 degrees. Proceeding further, we want to look at the following section now, which is the tangents and chords, arcs and segments. So I will proceed, and let's have a look at the following properties. It will be the last part of the tangent and chords. Then we look at several questions, and then we build on that as we look and understand the actual properties that will guide us in solving questions based on angle properties. For every GCSE student, this is important that you understand or even memorize. Then afterwards you'll understand. Once you know the rules, it's easier to solve any question that comes under the angle properties, in particular related to a circle. So the angle properties, we have tangents and chords. If you have a circle, as shown on the board, with the center O, and on the circumference, points A and B, the line that joins point A and B is called a chord. So this is the line which is right here. That is a chord. I'm just drawing over. And the shaded area in green between the arc AB, this arc AB, and line AB, which is a chord, is called segment. So this shaded area is called a segment. And that's very important. You will note the importance of this understanding in solving questions. Some of the questions will come like so. Let's have a look. If I gave you a question, here's a circle. We did this in the previous section as well, but for the sake of understanding, you see the question, if this is T, and that is Q, and that is P, and that is X. And we are given that the value of that is 70 degrees. Already, we see that in the previous session, this area here, Q, let's put O there, QOP and PQ, they form a sector. They form a sector. And if we were to drop a line between P and Q, you can see now this is a segment. That is a segment. That is a segment formed. And PQ is a chord. So from there we see PQ is a chord. And the area between PQ, the chord, and PQ, the arc, is called the segment. So this will be a segment. So you have to keep on visualizing these things as you see questions come in your examination. Let's see if we can identify more stuff. And trying to recap the previous section to further strengthen your learning. It's just a matter of identifying. So POQ is a sector. POQ is a sector. I beg your pardon. Hello, nice in segment shapes. Let's see if you can identify more of this. I'm going to draw up a bit of shapes. Let's go. See if you can identify segments and sectors in this. I'll draw a diagram. Here we go. This could be a question. Let me just draw this diagram. Center circle O. There's a line there. Okay, yes. We got there in the end. So you have an angle there. Let's go with 31. We have an angle here. Let's go with X. We have an angle here. Let's go with Y. Okay. So I just want us to identify the cause, the arc, and so forth. That's all the reason. We come back to these questions and try to solve these. There might be a direct relationship, but I want you to understand and identify basically where the code is, where the arc is, where the sector is. That's the whole purpose of this exercise. So show me. Let's identify. Here we can see there's a segment here. That is a segment, right? Okay, can you see a chord? I'll just trace on the blue line. That is a chord. Can you see that? Yes, you can. Okay. A sector, let's identify a sector in this. I can see a sector over here. Let me give it red. That is a sector. This is a sector. Okay. We said that line was a chord. So I want you to be in the habit of seeing these properties through and through in any diagram with a circle and lines cutting through. Try and see if you can identify a sector segment of the code. And this will become very important as we go. Let's also see if we can find a radius here. This is, many options here. O to the point here, that's a radius. And that's a radius. And that's a radius. So that line is equal to that line is equal to that line. Very important. Those factors are important for you to know. They're just breaking apart or dissecting the properties of a circle in relation to lines that cut through it and are produced through it as well. The tangent, which is that line is a tangent. Can you see? That's a tangent, and where it meets there, it should be 90 degrees. So you can see all these properties integrated. Lots of things you can see. Are you happy with that? Okay. Let me just go back a bit. Right. Now, if you are watching this lesson on the video, you can play back and find when I just drew that diagram before putting all these shades and everything else, and make it simple. Trace it and draw it yourself. Break it apart. Imagine you're teaching somebody about this topic, and for the sake of about this topic, are you happy with that? That's very critical. Once, hey, my glasses back on, my glasses, Professor. Once you get to identify this so easily, it's easy to understand the angles. We're coming back. Let me do a last one before we go to solving on any of the problems. I hope my drawings will be spot on. Again, you are listening to Dr. John Lukomana breaking apart mathematics for GCSEs, United Kingdom, all candidates on the international GCSEs and also the local GCSEs for the UK. These materials are very, very appropriate for you, and for examinations in 2018, this is it, because I'm using the Edexcel International GCSEs Maths textbook by Chris Press. This is a Collins book, and the edition I recommend for those on the Edexcel exam board. Even other exam boards, materials are very similar. This book focuses on the new syllabus, which is before 2018, and I think it's a good stuff for you. Even for those not on 2018, mathematics is mathematics. The principles are the same, nothing's changed. Probably when you talk about new syllabus, there's so many arrangements they've put in and other things, but the concepts, if you see a circle and the properties are the same, that is not changing. Okay. So where was I? I wanted to give another exposition. Let's have a circle with center O. As usual, here we have a tangent over there. My line is coming pretty good. Then we have that. Remember, that is now a radius. It's a radius dropping at the tangent, and you know the properties from there to there. I'm not drawing this to scale. Don't look at my diagram and say, wow, it's inclined. No, that's a perpendicular line. The best I can draw it. Okay, because the tangent is meeting there, so I have another line going over there. So always, each time you see a line from the center to the circumference of the circle, from the center O to the circumference of the circle, this is a radius, and those two are equal. And once you have that understanding, it makes it easier for you to solve some angles they might ask you in there. Remember the properties of an isosceles triangle? Two sides are equal. What happens to the base angles? They are equal. Remember that? So it's kind of mixing all these properties of angles through different shapes. We will come to a place where we talk about quadrilaterals, in which we see the interior angles of a quadrilateral at up to 360 degrees. So we can make a quadrilateral object from these tangents. Probably we have already discussed it, I think so, in the previous. However, I'll still repeat one of the sections. Let's continue. So here we have a line joining over there. Hope this diagram, I'm drawing it easy, I'm catching up. And let's give this one, here it is, y, and here inside there's what? 40 degrees, okay? 40 degrees. And here they give us x. The idea is to solve this. We'll come back to that. Now, from our ongoing discussion, these classes, and from our ongoing discussion, can I shed for you a segment? The answer is yes. Can I find you a sector? The answer is yes. Yeah. So try and work out yourself. I won't shade it for you. Try and work it out for you. Can you shade where a segment is, a sector is, and also trace on the line called a chord? Okay. Now with this, I would like us to explore next topic is work out the missing unknowns. I'm creating this asset for all the students worldwide who want to learn mathematics in a traditional way. This is why I'm using chalk and board, but digital chalk, digital board, a smart board. Traditional way, when you have interaction and then just writing over, following the teacher writing over, is very effective. Our children in the digital age also learn differently, but I want to use a combination of the two so that you can play back and see this man just working out. Is that okay? And if you have any questions, just ring me on that number and email me. I want to produce professors in mathematics, but also learn how to make money. Because you can be a professor in mathematics and you don't know the formula of making money, it becomes difficult. I want to coach you on how to solve mathematics and also how to make money. Continue. Right. So now we are going to look at 40 degrees. Okay? 40 degrees. And here they give us x. The idea is to solve this. We'll come back to that. Now, from our ongoing discussion, these classes, and from our ongoing discussion, can I shed for you a segment? The answer is yes. Can I find you a sector? The answer is yes. Yeah. So try and work out yourself. I won't shade it for you. Try and work it out for you. Can you shade where a segment is, a sector is, and also trace on the line called a chord? Okay. Now with this, I would like us to explore next topic is work out the missing unknowns. I'm creating this asset for all the students worldwide who want to learn mathematics in a traditional way. This is why I'm using chalk and board, but digital chalk, digital board, a smart board. Traditional way, when you have interaction and then just writing over, following the teacher writing over, is very effective. Our children in the digital age also learn differently, but I want to use a combination of the two so that you can play back and see this man just working out. Is that okay? And if you have any questions, just ring me on that number and email me. I want to produce professors in mathematics, but also learn how to make money. Because you can be a professor in mathematics and if you don't know the formula of making money, it becomes difficult. I want to coach you on how to solve mathematics and also how to make money. Continue. Right. So now we are going to look at finding y. We don't know y, neither do we know x. Okay, in this question, this these two are missing. Now let's explore the properties. What did we say in the previous session when a tangent, which is this line, when a tangent, which is that line, hits on the circumference and we drop a perpendicular, what angle does it make here? Remember, this whole angle here, what is that angle? The answer, that angle is always 90 degrees. Can you see that? And we'll come to a place where we now coach you how to make equations out of that. It's 90 degrees, that's a rule. So if that is 90 degrees, what do you think y is going to be? Y, we're going to say therefore, okay? Okay. I give a very simple concept. Instead of going that route, it's better. I'll use a different route, concept route, so you're not confused. Remember when we said this is equal to that because these are radius. Now, the properties of an isosceles triangle, if these two are equal, it means the base angles are equal to. So this angle here inside will be equal to that angle inside. So from this, we can now say the total angle there is y plus 40 is equal to 90. Can you see there? Because of the properties of an isosceles triangle, which is this whole triangle here, I'm going to shade it in the green colors. So this triangle is an isosceles triangle because these two sides, the radius, are equal sides, therefore the base angles are equal. This angle is given to us, which is 40 degrees, therefore this is also 40 degrees. And since we know that this angle here is 90 degrees, it follows that y plus 40 is equal to 90 degrees, which gives us this equation, and we can compute y is equal to 90 degrees. By now you should know equations. When you subtract both sides, you get that. In short, for those who still struggle, you can use this rule, this whole thing. Once it moves over there, it becomes minus. That's why it is there. So what is there now? The answer is a good 50. So y is 50 degrees. You solve it by utilizing the properties of shapes. Y is 50 degrees. So there y, you give it 50 degrees. What about x? If y is 50 degrees, that is 40 degrees. X is very simple. Okay, it's very simple. What rule are you going to use here? You have a triangle, which is shaded in green. The whole that's a triangle. What is a property of the? What are the properties of a triangle in terms of the interior angles? Interior angles of a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So you simply say now 50 degrees which you found plus the 40 degrees that you've been given plus x must add up to 180 degrees. Can you see that? Once you compute that, you're going to say x is equal to 180. This is 90. This is 50 plus 40 is 90. You throw it over that side, it becomes 9 minus 90. Okay, so x will be 90 degrees. Do you think this is correct? Let us put this. It's 90 degrees. So you solved this question very easily. Yeah, you solved this question. So at this center, there was really 90 degrees, x is 90 degrees. Once you understand the combination of the properties of the triangle or various shapes, you can easily solve questions of this nature. It's a question of you knowing these things, analyzing them. There isn't much reasoning as in terms of properties. You've got to know them. They are just the way they are. But the reasoning comes in how you combine those properties, how you augment them to come out a one answer. I'll give a pause here, and I would like you to look at this critically, and then we'll continue.